Oops, let's see. Let me know if you all can hear me. I always like to just double check before I get into teaching. Let's just see. Let me know if you can hear me. That would be great. Oh, thanks, Michelle. And please say hi. Let me know who's there. Let me know where you're from. Let me know what you're doing. Yeah. Oh, thanks. Okay, great. So everyone can hear me. Awesome. I hope you can't hear the lawnmower outside. Today is absolutely a spectacular day in Boston. So it's like a perfect day. I'm just doing this. Decided a little while ago to do kind of this impromptu Facebook training. So I want to just say hi and please say hi who's over there. And I'm Kate Beaters. I'm your breakthrough success expert, and I'm here with my girl Callie. If you can see her, let's see. There she is again. She's such a cutie pie. So what I want to talk today about with all of you is self-care. So, and Michelle, you're listening from London. Hey, Laverne. Hey, Kevin. Let me know where everyone else is from. Say hi. So, self-care has been kind of a big topic for me lately, especially where I am going through grief. As most of you know, my mom passed away a little over a month ago, and it's a very stressful time too. Just to let everyone know, it's so a lot of stress, a lot of grief, and it kind of comes and goes like waves and all that. And so self-care has been a big thing, that I've been trying to really make sure I do a lot of. And that might include something like get my nails done or the hair, or lately I've been going for runs, and you guys have seen my raspberry pink sneakers, and because we're very conditioned, let's go do self-care. And so I'm just curious, what do all of you do for self-care? There's all sorts of things. Could be meditation, could be going for walks. One thing I really like doing, especially this time of year in Boston, is I go for a walk after I've given my girl her breakfast, and then I go for a walk around lunchtime if I have time, and then if I have one at the end of the day, I like going for a walk. So what do you all do? Maybe yoga, the yoga poses. I tried Tai Chi about a week ago. That was pretty cool, very relaxing, very focused, very present. Let's see. Hey, Laverne, good you can hear me, and Laverne's in Chicago. I hope you guys have nice weather in Chicago today, Laverne. And Michelle Callie says hi to you. So, although she's kind of snoozing, she just had her dinner, or her lunch rather. So when you think about it, right? We're all very conditioned about self-care. You go on Facebook, and there's like a zillion posts about self-care, like do this thing, do that thing. Massages, I love massages. Cupping, that's something I've tried lately, where that helps like take out pain and stuff in your back and all that. This cupping, Reiki, all sorts of different things. So what are you all doing for self-care? Because I know everybody's talking about it these days. And okay, Michelle, you like to bead and play games to chill. Yep, a lot of people do the games on their phones and all that kind of stuff, just kind of like a mindless thing. What do you like to do for self-care? Because that's such a big thing. And I confess, when I was in corporate, it was a very different economy, because I left till about 10 years ago, but that's when the economy was crazy high. Money was just flowing so fast and so furious. You just had to pick up the phone and money was literally coming through the phone. It was that crazy. Hey, Cindy, I see you just joined us. Welcome. And I'm embarrassed to say it now because it's so not who I am right now. But honestly, when I was in corporate, a lot of us did retail self-care. We would think nothing about dropping a pile of money, in a store on things that we hadn't planned on buying, but just because it was pretty or cute or fun or whatever. And, we were working a zillion hours. It was our chance to kind of breathe. And that's how we did self-care. So what I want you to think about today is kind of a different way of looking at self-care, because all those things I'm talking to you about are external self-care, right? Whether you run, or you go for a game of tennis, or you have a glass of wine, or you meditate, or you journal, or whatever. All those things are external self-care. Those are really good things, but what nobody is talking about is, how do you take care of the internal you, right? The internal self-care. What are you doing about that? So what I want you to think about is, we have this thing that we keep saying all these negative things to ourselves. It's in our subconscious mind, and we tend to beat ourselves up all the time and tell ourselves things like, this wasn't good enough, or I didn't do it fast enough, or somebody else would have done it better, or maybe I could have done this instead, or maybe I shouldn't have said yes, or all the negative things. I'm not this, I'm not that, I wasn't techie enough, or whatever you tell yourself. And we tend to say these negative things to ourselves over and over and over again, right? This isn't helping us, and it just leads to more stress. And these are our core beliefs about ourselves. And what they really come down to is this belief that we're not enough. But we keep saying these things over and over again to ourselves subconsciously, and most of the time we're not even aware that we're even saying them to ourselves. Is this resonating with anybody? Are you kind of internally beating yourself up? And these things are all learned things, right? We're not born this way. We just learn these things to say. And the subconscious mind is so powerful, and that's why you can go and get your nails done, or go have a massage, or go play racquetball or tennis, or go for a run or whatever. But the thoughts don't leave you; they're still there because the subconscious mind is so powerful. Can I get some hearts if this is resonating with people, or maybe it's creating some awareness or aha to start thinking about? About taking care of the internal. Thank you for the hearts. Yeah, the internal self-care, because that's the part that's missing all the time. Thank you, Cindy. Yes, it is missing, right? Because we can and don't get me wrong, I love getting my nails done. I love massages. I love all this stuff, right? I'm there. I have a long list. And, like Cindy, I see, you say you need to do it more, right? And that's another thing. We're beating ourselves up even more. I need to do more self-care, right? So we're kind of making ourselves not enough. What we do is never enough. How we did it is not good enough. We're not enough, right? And again, this is all conditioning that we learned as kids. We weren't born this way. It's just something we were trained from, and not on purpose, right? It's not, so don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that your parents or teachers deliberately wanted you to have all these negative thoughts. It's really just how society is and what they were taught. And so people can only teach you what they know. Like my parents could never teach me Italian because my parents don't speak Italian. They couldn't have taught me Chinese because they don't speak Chinese. I mean, they could only teach me what they know, right? And the same with your parents, the same with your teachers. They could only teach you what they know. So meanwhile, we've all these negative thoughts playing over and over and over again in our heads. Do you know that if somebody criticizes you, it doesn't have to be big criticism, but just whatever reason you get a criticism, do you know you have to hear at least 5 compliments to kind of start to erase that criticism? Okay, so when you think about that no matter how many times you get your nails done or you get your hair done, and again, I like all this stuff, so I'm not saying don't do it, but I want you to understand you've got to do this, the inner work along with the external. They both need to happen. Otherwise, you're just doing something to do it, okay? And I want you to start feeling that experience internally. So one of my most favorite ways to do that is through tapping, because tapping is probably the most powerful mindset technique I'm aware of. That's why I became one of the top experts in it. That really helps you change your inner thoughts about yourself, what you're capable of, what you deserve, about what the situation is, all sorts of things. And it does it in this really beautiful, gentle, just lovely, lovely way, right? That doesn't cause trauma. It's not dramatic. It's not like throwing you into the deep end of the pool, but just helps you make this transformation in a way that just feels, the word I really like is graceful. It's just very graceful transformation. So realizing, well, actually one other thing I want to share with you is something else is going on for people is that this belief that we're all strong, right? Strong, and this belief of how we appear, that people think of us as strong. People think I'm strong. They think you're strong. And they think we're capable of anything. We can solve anything. And because there's this misnomer that we're so strong, that we tend to take on more than maybe we should. We also don't know how to set boundaries about when we shouldn't take something on. And we also don't know how to ask for help. So even though people kind of give us that label, we kind of wear that label proudly too. And it ends up getting us into a lot of trouble because then we're not able to ask for help. I was a little teary before this Facebook Live because I got this lovely text from one of my clients, Nikki, and she was just like, she knows I'm grieving because my mom, and she just this really heartfelt, this text that people don't think about, because when you're strong, they think you don't need that stuff. And we don't ask for it. So understand we need to be able to ask for the things we need. We need to be able to start talking to ourselves better, and in a way that we really believe, that we know that we're wonderful, that we know that we're capable of and deserving of anything, that we deserve whatever we want, that we deserve to be happy, and that what we're doing is good enough. So that I find that I'm able to make the most transformations using a technique called tapping. It's how I'm able to help my clients. And so because this topic is so important to me and to you, even if you're just becoming aware of it now, that's why I want to extend the invitation to join me at askforitlive.com. That's my live event I'm hosting this June. And this topic about how you talk to yourself, how you treat yourself, is going to be a really, really important topic at the event. Because I don't care what you do, I don't care how smart you are, if you're not taking good care of yourself, not just externally, but internally as well, you're not going to enjoy the journey, and you're not going to ultimately have what you want. So I've made this a big priority. And the thing that's really cool about this event is that we've all been to events where, you get information overload, right? They just dump so much stuff on you. And it's like a suitcase that you're just trying to pack so much crap in there. And you almost have to have someone sit on it so you can zip it closed, and maybe even put some tape on it, just making sure it stays closed. I don't want you to leave with a big, huge, thick binder with lots of notes and then leave and not even know where to begin. Instead, the intention is that the transformation actually starts happening at the event for you. And that's because you're going to actually experience a lot of tapping. You're going to experience laws of attraction, which is really quite simply, and I dive into more detail on how to use it effectively, but it's quite simply what you focus on is what you attract back into your life. I'm going to teach you some neuroscience techniques. It's not going to be brain anatomy, so don't worry about that, but really how to use certain things during the day to help you go through your day with clarity, with focus, more creativity, and less stress, right? So when you're done, you feel good, as opposed to like, I barely made it through and I still have 32 things to do. And also I'm going to teach you some cool strategies. And Michelle, if you can put the link on, I don't know if you already have, if you put the link for the event on here, that would be awesome. It's askforitlive.com, askforitlive.com, and you can check out all the details. I'm not going to go into huge details about it, but I do want you to think of this event as almost like a mindset self-care. And that's probably the best way to think of it, is like mindset self-care, because you're going to go there, you're going to be in this beautiful setting, because where I hold the event is absolutely beautiful. And there's this gorgeous lake right behind us, and there's, in the water swimming, there's white swans and there's black swans, and people love to go for walks, like on break or after lunch, and just walk around and just see the beauty and the flowers. And the food is amazing. Yes, I do feed you a delicious buffet. Lunch is included both days. And it's a really serene setting, and that's what I wanted. Because when you're having these transformations, I didn't want you to have all sorts of distractions, and I also want you to be in a place that's very, very beautiful. So please check it out, see if it's the right thing for you. askforitlive.com. And if you have any questions about the event, I'm happy to either email with you or hop on a quick call, whatever serves you to do that. And again, that's askforitlive.com. Now, one other thing I want to talk about is real briefly is I did mention boundaries, because that's something else too that people don't think about, and learning when to say yes and when to say no, because that's another form of self-care. We're so busy on this fear of missing out that if someone asks us to do something, that we feel we have to do it, or else we're afraid to say no because we're afraid of being judged if we say no, and then what the person going to talk about us or whatever. And I want to going to be teaching you really how to come from a place of power to make the best decisions of when you should say yes and when you should say no, because there's a time and place for both. And really, it's getting you to learn how to show up in your brilliance. And that's really coming from a place from self-love, self-care, that you really believe in yourself. Because the truth is, if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will. And one thing you'll find about me is that I hold that space for you until you're ready to step into it. Because sometimes we all need that help. I know I've needed it in the past, and all of you at some times in your life are going to need it too. So let me just see if there's any questions. And one favor I have is that if you enjoyed this video, please share this. Take the link and share it with your friends, your community, because I really want people to start thinking about their inner self-care and not just making it all about all the external stuff. Yes, go to the spas, go do all this stuff, go for your runs, your walks, all this kind of stuff. but make sure you're also including inner self-care along with it. So everybody, until we meet again, be brilliant, and I'll see you in June. Bye now.